Hi, can I ask you some questions?
Go for it.
What's your name?
My name is Garrit.
And what pronouns do you use?
I use he, him, his.
And what club are you the president of?
The Northeastern University Mars Rover team.
What is your year?
I'm a fourth year now, getting old.
And what's your major?
Computer science and computer engineering.
How long have you been working on this rover?
Probably about 4 years now. Yeah.
Does it have a name?
It does. It's a very fun name. It's Watney Mark 4, and that comes from, if you've seen The Martian, the main character is Mark Watney, so it's like a pun. This is the fourth generation, or the fourth Mark, so Watney Mark 4.
How big is your club?
We're part of a bigger club called SEDS. Overall, we probably have around 200, 250 people. The rover team specifically is around 50 to 60 people.
What's the competition all about?
It's about making basically a rover that can work on Mars alongside other astronauts and help them. So the top 36 universities from around the world get to go out and compete at a really cool Mars desert site in Utah.
You seem pretty smart. If you became a doctor, you'd be Dr. Strenge. What do you think about that? Are you a fan of the Doctor Strange universe?
Yes, very much a big fan of Doctor Strange, and it's quite fun being one letter off. I definitely like the idea of becoming a doctor just to get there.
What is the life detection team all about?
Life detection, it's a very tricky part of the competition. We have to detect life in soil samples. So just like we're trying to find life on Mars right now, we're trying to do that here with our rover, building a system that can run tests to detect life on the rover, which is really cool.
And what's your favorite part of building a rover?
I think my favorite part is honestly the people. You know, we get to work on a really cool engineering project and run it like a whole business, but just the friends and everyone you get to meet throughout the whole process is really, really cool.
And where are we right now?
We are in the Richards Makerspace. It's in the basement and the tunnels of Richards Hall.
How many hours have you spent down here?
Way too many to count.
Do you want to someday travel to Mars?
I think I probably would go, but definitely not one of the first people to go. I'm happy here on Earth for now.
What's your favorite movie about space exploration?
It's got to be Interstellar.
Are you excited for the 4th season of Succession?
To be honest, I've never even heard of it, so.
Have you ever hitchhiked?
I have not, no.
Do you like waffles?
Oh, waffles are the best, yeah.
Do you like pancakes?
I'm going to go back on that. I said waffles are the best. Pancakes are better.
What was the most difficult part of creating this rover?
Ooh, I'd say the most difficult part was just all of the challenges you don't really think about. Things break all the time. There's mechanical problems. There's software problems. Everything you don't think about is the hardest part.
Where do you get the materials?
Tons of different vendors. We're really lucky we work through as a club at Northeastern, so we get to just order the stuff and it magically appears here a few days later. So.
And the competition is in Utah. How does the rover get there?
Last year, my roommate and I, we drove out across the country. So hopefully this year we can ship it. That's the plan.
How many team members will go?
We're hoping to bring as many as possible, hopefully up to 20 this year.
What's the rock collection like?
Yeah, so there's a few parts of the competition where we have to collect rocks or basically detect what types of rocks we want. It's just an extra little challenge, so nothing major.
How long has the team been competing?
The team's been competing since 2019.
Do you guys ever race the Northeastern Electric Car Club?
We do, but we haven't yet. We've turned down our motors because we feel bad we probably beat them. So. Yeah.
Who are some of your biggest competitors?
Definitely there's a team from Australia, the Monash. I believe they're called Monash. They're very, very cool, very, very good. And yeah, they won last year. We're hoping to put up a fight this year. So.
No, I just got on my clothes. Okay.
Are you afraid that robots will take over the world someday?
I definitely think they're going to get very involved and potentially, yeah, they could take over. I wouldn't say I'm afraid, though. I feel like we're going to have control over it, at least for now.
What will you be doing for Amazon Robotics?
Hopefully, I'm going to be working with a really cool team of people. I'm really excited to just have accepted that, and we'll be working on some of the early prototypes of cool robots that'll hopefully help around the factories worldwide. Should be really cool.
And what's the best Star Wars movie?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a great question. I'm personally a big fan of the sixth one, Return of the Jedi. It's probably my favorite.
Would you watch Big Hero 7?
No, I don't know. I'd definitely give it a watch. Haven't seen it, though.
What's your dream job someday?
It's got to be probably working on some really cool robots or something with space, like NASA JPL or something in SpaceX would be really, really cool.
How much money does it cost to make the rover?
This rover here probably costs somewhere in the ballpark of $20,000.
Who designed your logo?
I believe it was Ariana Patterson. Really great. She was the life detection lead a few years ago. Really, really awesome person and made a really cool logo. So super happy with that.
Why did you decide to join this club?
Growing up, I've always loved space, and I came to Northeastern and joined all the clubs related to space, and this was one of them. And just the people and everything made me want to stay.
Would you consider yourself a masshole?
Definitely, probably when driving at least. I think that definitely gets thrown up a lot, yeah.
What's the most surprising thing the rover can do?
It can flip downstairs unintentionally and break things. But, yeah.
What's one surprising thing that you can do?
That's a good question. Surprising? Well, I guess it's not very surprising, but I hit my head on a lot of things like these. These are a big hazard.
So you're a pianist. What song do you wish you could play on the piano?
Ooh. I wish I could play part of it, but the main theme from Interstellar would be really cool.
What's your favorite song right now?
I'd say probably say Ray's theme from Star Wars by John Williams. Great composer.
Sweet or savory?
Definitely sweet.
SpaceX or Blue Origin?
It's a no-brainer. It's got to be SpaceX.
How are leadership roles allocated?
The club here, they're really allocated based on, they're kind of, not really for like an election per se, but it's more so you just put in the work and the current leadership will see that and will kind of offer you the role if you want it.
What's the hardest class you've ever taken?
Say probably Algo. I think that's CS 3000, I think. Really, really hard challenge me.
Did you ever use a mnemonic device to remember the orders of the planets? And if so, what is it?
No, being someone who cares so much about space, I think I just knew them. But granted, I don't even think I can remember the order of the planets right now. So, I mean, I guess Mercury, Venus, or wait, yeah, it was a little song. It was like Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. That might be the order. It might be the last two might be flipped. I don't know.
Mars bars or Milky Ways?
Oh, Milky Ways.
Martian or Dune?
The Martian. I mean, we're such big Martians fans here, being that this is like named after the Martian, and I just love the scientific aspect of it. Dune was great though, but I'd have to choose the Martian for sure.
The Martian book or the Martian movie?
Fake fan. I haven't fully read the book yet, which is definitely bad. So got to read that. So meantime, the movie. That's it.
What's the last book you have read?
I believe it actually was Dune. I listened to the audiobook for Dune before it came out. I was told I had to do that.
Geometry or algebra?
Algebra, 1000%.
What was going through your head the day that the Mars rover died?
I definitely wasn't as up to date on the news as I should have been, but I remember hearing about it like as right after it happened. It's definitely really sad, I'd say, but the amount of discovery and stuff that it's done is super impressive, and I have no doubt the current rover that is there, rovers, because they're still going, are going to do some amazing things.
What's your Hogwarts house?
Technically Ravenclaw, but recently I've been playing the game and I chose Slytherin, so let's see.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's your role model?
If I had to choose a role model of someone like here at Northeastern and like a student, I was talking about him earlier, I think James Chang Davidson, awesome guy, big in COE, does a ton of stuff, makes all the clubs function. Love James, he's the best. If I had to choose a role model just in general, I would say I'm going to go back to the movie Apollo 13. The main Jim Lovell, he was one of the astronauts stuck on board, and there was always a quote that stuck with me where he said, guys, you're worried about probably like step 762 or something. We're on step 2. Like, let's do things one step at a time. And I think that applies a lot here working on the rover. So I really love the way that astronauts think, and I think that's why I choose it as a role model.
Lastly, have you enjoyed this interview?
Yeah, this has been super fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.